And I want to say this, there's going to be some children that it's going to be a little more difficult, and you probably there's probably viewers that are like, yeah, how am I going to get something out of my kid? They're not going to talk. They're not going to want, I have a couple of other techniques that I use. If you know, for instance, if you know, and we know as parents, if our child is dealing with anger, or if our child is just seems heavy, or if they're bitter or whatever, we know those things. And we want to teach them, though, to allow the Holy Spirit to come in and to just take over those things. And so I use one of the techniques that I use. I do a little bit of, like, I'm not a licensed therapist, but I do a little bit of play therapy in with it, because they're children. They're not going to just always want to sit there. So I have kinetic sand and other things for them to do. But one of the things that was really cool is I have this expandable ball. And so I was talking with one child that I knew what he was struggling with, because it had kind of come out. But when we asked Jesus what he wants to unpack, nothing, And so I said, all right. I said, well, I just want you to visualize. I just want the Holy Spirit to just fill you with peace. And so when I expand this ball, I want you to just take a deep breath and just, you're breathing in peace. And he did it. And then I said, when I blow it out, you're just exhaling. I said, you're breathing in peace. And then you're exhaling. And after about 3 or 4 times, I said, you're breathing in peace. And I said, exhaling, he said, fear. It's like, okay, there we go. Yeah. And so it eventually comes out. You know your child, find what kind of works for them, and be, willing and open to get creative with it if you need to. But
right. Well, so one thing that I did, my son that's on the autism spectrum wouldn't talk about feelings and things, because he really didn't know what those feelings were, because he was so left-brained. The feeling part, just, it wasn't sensory, just kind of closed that off. So I had a puppet. And he would talk to the puppet. He would relate with the puppet. And he would tell the puppet all these things, realizing I was there. But all of a sudden his feelings and emotions came up, because it wasn't intimidating. It was, it was easy to talk to. So there's another way, parents, if you
absolutely
have a hard time connecting with your kids. And mine had a lot to do. I had anger issues. My kids did not connect with me for many years. Thankfully, prayer did heal that as well.
That's great.